What's up, space pirates? This is your captain, the ever-charming Dr. Disaster, and I think it's time to say the three most satisfying words in the English language again.
Kiss my ass.
Whoops! Those are only the second most satisfying three words. Let's try it again.
I told you! Yeah. I told you!
There we go. I told you. Is there anything more fun to say than that? The only thing better than being able to say those three words is being able to say it to a real piece of shit, to someone who deserves it, and in this case, we can say it to Ubisoft. Once again, these chuckleheads are being put in a position where they are forced to lay off employees, and considering that this is happening right on the cusp of the release of Star Wars Outlaws in a couple of weeks, one has to think that maybe, just maybe, those pre-sales numbers for that game aren't very good, and that maybe this company is in dire straits. It's funny, so many jackasses out there supposed that Star Wars Outlaws was going to be a gold mine for Ubisoft.
This is no mine. It's a tomb.
Alright, me hearties, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter, where I keep a list of woke and DEI infected games pinned to my account for your reference. My handle on the platform is Dr. Disaster 1. But anyhow, Star Wars Outlaws comes out in just under 2 weeks, and we are learning that Ubisoft has let go of 45 more employees. Since the end of 2022, the company has downsized by over 1,000 people, and for a company that employs somewhere in the neighborhood of 20,000, this is a fairly significant chunk. We are looking at around 5% of the people who work at Ubisoft now gone. And it's fair to say that these layoffs were planned ahead of time and that they aren't necessarily a sign of Star Wars Outlaws performing poorly. That's fair to say, but a company that is laying off a large chunk of their workforce is certainly not one that is doing well. That doesn't sound healthy. And here's the thing, if pre-orders were as good as Ubisoft makes them sound like, then I sincerely doubt they would have gone through with the layoffs. If Star Wars Outlaws and Assassin's Creed Shadows, if those games were doing gangbusters in pre-orders, then they wouldn't need to fire people. Especially not people in the marketing staff, which it sounds like that's where a lot of the cuts are coming from. As you may remember, Ubisoft recently bragged that Star Wars Outlaws would be enjoying their biggest spend ever on marketing for a single game in the history of the company. So here we are, just a couple weeks removed from the game's release, right when marketing should be ramped up to its highest peak, and they're cutting people from the marketing team? That sounds to me like maybe Ubisoft isn't very happy with the marketing, doesn't it? It's likely they're not happy because the pre-orders are shit. But in defense of the marketing team, I don't know how in the hell someone would promote this game successfully. The Star Wars franchise is dog shit right now. Ubisoft's name is in the mud. Earlier this year, they told us to get comfortable not owning their games, and gamers have clearly listened. We aren't letting that one go. And to top it off, this Star Wars game looks awful. The graphics and animation are subpar, and the main character, Kay Vess, has a face that would make most people swipe left so fast that it would break speed records. And I just don't see how a marketing team is supposed to overcome such challenges. everyone can see what shit this company has stepped in with the character designs on Star Wars Outlaws and Assassin's Creed Shadows. That is why the Ubisoft stock price is still down about 25% from last month when they had the shareholder call. And this is where we get to say, I told you, because we did tell them. Over and over, we told these troglodytes that we just want fun games again. We want games that aren't infected with this woke shit. That is why every trailer that they put out for Star Wars Outlaws got ratioed to oblivion, because that is the best and pretty much only way that gamers can voice their opinions these days. We tried to tell them to stop, but they refused to listen. This tweet from Mark Kern, the former team lead of the OG World of Warcraft, it really breaks down the situation really well. He wrote, Ubisoft is laying off people now because they know something you don't. They have the actual pre-order numbers for Star Wars Outlaws and Assassin's Creed Shadows. If things don't turn around on launch day, there will be far deeper cuts. These cuts need to happen like thinning the herd or removing debris from forests to prevent bigger fires. Ubisoft is absolutely infected with DEI and excessive bloat in hires. I hope they retain as many productive devs as possible and trim where the trim really needs to happen, deadweight activists and middle management. And now I'll say, it's impossible to know for sure what the pre-order numbers are for Star Wars Outlaws, but based on this news that they are letting go of more employees, we can make some educated, generic guesses about how they aren't good. And we can all absolutely contribute to Ubisoft's continued financial woes by not pre-ordering any of the shit they're putting out and not buying any of their garbage at all. But I'm going to leave it there. Drop your mockery of this dog shit company in the comment section below, and we will talk there.
Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your captain is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booze.